Okay. We're live. Groups of minutes. One thing. Did you read the minutes? Anybody read the minutes? No.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Those, yes, we got today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay. All good. Good. I have to sign. All right. Payroll. Still doing that. Group. This one's kind of interesting. I've seen them. I bet you saw them. I bet he picked up Al a couple times. Yeah. On the G. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be. Didn't have.
Copies from. I think she gave those copies to Bruce.
Oh, that's, they had a note on it to give to us.
Yeah, these are just copies, aren't they?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, good. Gave you some reading material tonight. Your test will be tomorrow. No.
On the next day.
Yeah. Cliff, you might as well tell us about the road, seeing you missed us last week.
What's that?
Can you tell us about the roads, seeing you missed us last week?
Which ones?
Oh,
Yes, they're still there.
okay, good.
They don't go anywhere.
They don't.
No, no. You have possible sign thieves.
Possible sign thief, yeah. People don't trash or everything.
We're starting that again.
Did you get the truck back?
No,
No.
that's in there.
Well, I already read it.
Oh.
I think they're full of shit.
I
I've been. Drove that truck.
mean, I can understand a couple lights out, okay.
Well, no, I'm talking as far as it's fixed. A singular ground. I drove that truck.
Okay, won't shut it off.
I
don't think.
that. I've fixed that truck on the side of the road up here over on Old County Road. Blown fuses going to the foreign battery box, and it seems odd that it has a history of cam and crank sensors being changed out of them, regardless of where they come from.
Right.
And it still shuts off, and if it shuts off, it won't immediately start. You let it set, and so it's either a heat issue, computer, wiring harness, something. I just from their thing, just fixing a ground, cleaning a ground. Yeah, come on.
Replacing the cable.
Yeah.
They've got a deal in here that.
I had one in the university was ground,
Yeah.
a Chevrolet Express. That run fine for 3-4 days and shut it off. It wasn't gonna start until it was ready.
Huh.
And it was ground.
Yeah, this is tearing up cam and crank sensors for
Yeah, I
years.
don't know. And
From
the ground would do
2000.
that because it backfeed if it wasn't grounded.
Right, but I mean, it's been at the dealership 6-8 different times.
Yeah,
And it's
that's the second-
never And the only ground issue that they came up with on this one was the main ground
You read the whole thing?
off the frame.
What dealership?
Well, it's now, it's at Allegiance,
Allegiance.
but it was that, we got that up north. That was the one.
That comes from Pennsylvania, didn't it?
No,
you weren't
no. No, that one came from up Augusta way.
Yeah.
Jackson had it. It went to Pennsylvania, so.
No, that's
come back.
that's the green. This one's red.
Correct. Forward drive. That comes from Jackson.
That was
That-
Counter Jackson.
Frank, get that,
I don't know.
yeah, I think Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What time?
I don't know, it's-
They rolled it on Tin Mine.
You going over the repairs?
Well, I was, that John Ford there. They're talking about. LF and LR open circuit, cylinder one high side. About the injectors. And then at the end, it's likely oil leaking in the IDM harness. So. I'm gathering they're doing what everybody else is doing if they're picking at it.
Yeah, just throwing other parts.
And I'm sure what's going on, so. My opinion on this is, we throw this right there.
Good idea.
It's gonna be a money pit, is what I'm gonna do that.
We don't have the money to replace it right now.
Well, we've already replaced,
What other,
replaced it with Western Store.
you know, could a 4-wheel drive,
What truck is it?
It's the
Red International. All-wheel drive.
So who's the dealer?
Allegiance right now.
Legion's has it right now.
It's at Legion's right now. And actually,
And is that the one who's been doing all the. Throwing all the parts in it?
Well, they had the records with it.
Yeah.
And even Dickie read it. And that's why he put new cam and crank sensors on it. And that's what I mean is this truck has in the paperwork that was supplied with the truck when we got it. It's a history of cam and crank sensors. And it's
But a
been looked
dealer
at.
should be on it. They shouldn't be throwing parts of this and that. A dealer should be on it.
Right.
Agreed. But the problem we have now is Allegiance is saying 2 hours troubleshooting time. That there's nothing wrong with the truck.
there's nothing wrong with the truck.
But yet, in the past, and I can attest to it, I ran that truck all day in that snowstorm. And it shut off on me going up Dugway. And it came back, but got it back to the shop, shut it off, when it started back up, it sat there for 5 days. And every day they'd go out and try to start it. Nothing. And there was power everywhere. We plugged into it with the computer and everything's reading what it's supposed to be reading.
But the only thing we can do now is call them on it, accept it. And then when it happens again, nail them or take it to a dealer that's reputable. I don't know what that,
Allegiance used to be Portland North.
yeah.
They bought all the dealerships except for Scott,
One up by Lancaster, what's that one up there?
no, SG Reed, the only one they didn't buy.
Well, we gotta give them the benefit of that. We gotta work with them. They say it's a ground. Let's do it. And then if it's not, let them go after it. That's all we can
Hey,
do.
you charge us this now.
We gotta work it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why the cam and crank sensor wouldn't communicate till you change it. I
We
mean,
know a ground, if the ground's bad, then it'll backfeed and take them out.
Mhm.
I understand that.
Yep.
Whether that's it, I don't know, but that's what they're saying, so we gotta take them at the word. Give them a shot,
yeah,
then if
and
it's
the
not,
last two that were put in were Napa ones, which. To me, they're not worth
2 before that were.
international,
down.
so I mean.
but with
I think
the history of it, we've got to deal with working with us until we see negligence, or if we feel they're bullshitting us or something.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're trying to work with it.
catching on. If these cranky cam sensors are getting changed 2 or 3 or 4 times, what's making that happen?
Right.
Exactly, but they're saying a bad ground, so we've got to take it at that. Then if it happens again, you said it was a bad ground, it has this history, can you please find it? You know,
Do you still have the original paperwork for that truck? In the files?
Shoppers.
yeah, we're giving them something and then asking them to iron out the whole thing. They can only do what's put in front of them, the scan tools and all that stuff that they're working with, that's what came to them, so they fix it. And I'm sure they've road tested it and tried it, and
And if it's running, it's not gonna tell you anything.
exactly, I mean,
That's the worst part of it.
they're getting familiar with it. Is this the first time they've worked on it?
Since I've been here, it's the first time it's
But
been.
that's 200
Right,
and
so let them try to get familiar with
that's
it.
240.
Let's try to work it.
So,
It's been
you know,
2 years.
we got some wiggle room in that.
That it's not been on the road in 2 years. It's not plowed, it's because it's been having issues.
Right, well, let's try to work it, when they get it back, use it, and see if it'll bother. We can take it right back and let them, see if they can find it. Let them work with it. You can't very well give them something, expect them to make it brand new again. If it's got a history or something hidden, they've got to chase it. You gotta work with it.
So when it breaks down and we can't start it, how are we gonna get it back?
They've got a tow truck.
That's,
It's partly their issue. They said it was fixed and it's
They're
not.
they're not gonna cover our tow.
No, but
see, that's what I'm getting at, I'm trying to explain it, it's gotta be a money pit. That's all I'm saying, I'm just trying to,
right.
It may or may not.
You've got to try to work it.
well, they get. I ain't spend a lot of money on it, Bob spent a lot of
What
money,
did Brian spend on it?
whatever Brian did when he was here, I have no idea, I haven't looked. But
What year is it?
Oh, wait.
Oh, 6, isn't it?
Six.
Oh, 6.
6 or 7.
Yeah. The green one's at 8.
Well,
I mean, as far as the forward drive aspect, we reached in. What, 3 years now? Plowing snow, ice,
Hey, you used it quite a bit last winter.
last one,
You were in it most of the time.
one time. And then not that.
I went by a lot of times and that truck was gone and you were in it, not just once.
Have you put a plan in to replace it?
We've got. On spots on 2 trucks, we've got chains, we can chain every truck we got, we can chain them up.
No, I mean to replace the truck.
That truck,
I don't know what the replacement.
that truck was in rotation to get replaced. That was the one,
Yeah,
and we replaced it with a Western Star. A new truck. But it wasn't full drive. But that is the replacement, is that Western Star. We've got the Western Star, 2 internationals, and the Volvo.
Okay, bring it back, check the brakes, check get all your lights working.
Do you want them to fix this man?
Yep.
So this,
How bad the manifold leak? Did you see it leak and when you drove around?
yes,
Can you hear it?
well. It's past inspection of the week,
Okay.
so it's leak. And if the manifold leaks long enough, you know how that works.
Right. Yeah, so I would do the manifold. And then
So
get back here and do the brakes.
What we already owe them. And when they do the manifold, it's coming up to this
$3,000.
bottom price here. And that's what you guys are willing to do. So I call him up and tell him to go for it.